Tonight, it is the drivers of the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series taking on the tricky triangle of the track with only 3 corners and the ever so famous what turn 4. Another race in this season in what's coming to an end. Only a couple more to go here before a champion is crowned. And tell you, it's looking very much like it's going to be this guy, Jordan Kuntz. Ton of wins on the season. Incredible driver. Jordan Kuntz is, and what a great season he's had so far. But we're qualifying, and only a few minutes left before these drivers will get ready to go. I'm Joshua Copperl. I will be joined momentarily by Michael Kruger. But right now, one driver, well, make that one driver, Brett Bennett, has taken a lap time for qualifying. 53.946 is what Brett Bennett has turned. So Jordan Kuntz going to be off turn 3, making his way down the front straightaway. See that? 7.18 out of Jordan Kuntz. His first lap going to put him P1. Well, Brett Bennett, here he is making his way off of 3. A little bit quicker, 53.634. Jordan Kuntz. He has a 2.57. Carter Veras, not a bad lap. Goes to P2. Mike Walls. It's going to be a 0.769 P8. And Ollie Reeves on his first lap, a 53.993, currently P15. 19 drivers have taken a lap time so far. And I believe we have 21 actually in the session. And that we do is Ollie Reeves getting through the tunnel turn, turn 2. It's going to be a 6.51 for Ollie Reeves.
Why am I up here? I like just putting these off on motorcycle. I barely got to practice.
And I believe it's going to be it. Qualifying comes to an end. So, let's take a look at your starting lineup tonight. And starting on the pole is going to be Jordan Kuntz. It's going to be Cody Riveras. starting his outside in second. Luke Mahone, he will start third. And there we go. Andretti Robinson starts fourth. Fifth place, Shaka Tarpley. Brett Bennett will start in sixth. Seventh, Will Cloud. Ollie Reeves, P8. Brad Swinski starting in ninth. Philip Allen will start in P10. Brian Lorenzo, 11th. Zachary Bonsack, 12th. 13th, Amir Bascombe. And the Mississippi Missile, Michael Walls, P14. Cody Webster, he's going to start 15th. Devin Frake, 16th. 17th, Wyatt Roberts. Declan George, 18th. 19th, Larry Miles. Broden Fleury will start 20th. And Austin Doran will start in 21st. And, hello, Michael.
Hey Josh.
Well, I'm not sure if you're in the session. Just happened to see you join Discord voice chat. But we just got done going through our starting lineup for qualifying. Do you need a second for me to tell you, or for you to tell me, rather, who your pick to win is?
Nah, I don't need anything, really. I'm just gonna straight up go and think. I don't know if you picked this guy, but I'm thinking Andretti Robinson's gonna bring it home tonight. As apologies for me being so late, audience. I had a huge storm coming on back, and sorry for being late. But hopefully tonight's a good night of racing here at Pocono and SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series.
That should be pretty exciting. This track is pretty fun. Now, you picked Andretti Robinson. Now that my computer has caught up to me, I'm going to go with, well, do I even really need to explain? Jordan Kuntz. That man.
How dare you?
That man is a rocket. That's all.
That's valid.
I mean, in 11 races that have been ran, Jordan Kuntz has won 7 of them. I think, I don't really know if an explanation is needed. I think this is his kind of race. Pace car coming into pit road. And we are green.
That's firing off at the start. Cody Rivera gets a monster start on the outside of Jordan Kuntz. He's going to pull up alongside and be clear going into 1.
Actually, a little bit surprised on that that start, rather. That was an incredible jump by Riveras. And honestly, I believe Robinson is actually going to get clear of Kuntz as well. Kuntz just kind of stuck on that bottom line.
Yeah, here at Pocono, you don't want to be stuck on the bottom there because everyone's going to go up top. And the momentum as he and Brett Bennett get together off of 2. And they're going to be 3 wide.
They were looking for Luke Mahone in the 5, Ollie Reeves in the 31.
Oh! Wow, Mahone and Kuntz were adoring each other on the straightaway. Ooh, that's gonna hurt them a little bit.
Jordan Kuntz still stuck on the bottom. I think, momentum. It's going to be up top, especially with all the draft, all the drivers up top. Something we're very used to seeing at large tracks like this. So Jordan Kuntz does find a hole up between Mahone and Cloud. But if he was just going to be stuck on the bottom, he was going to just continue dropping back, I feel like.
100%. Just knowing how much of a momentum base track this is with the uber long straightaways. I mean, you do not want to be that one guy hanging out that's on the bottom as Luke Mahone tries to peel out to get alongside of Brett Bennett here on the front straightaway. This might be a bust move here. I mean, if he just sends it deep here into turn one, he might have a chance. That's not going to happen. So we got to spin in the back. More cars. Caution.
Can you tell that Bonsack? Yes.
It's like looks like Amir Bascombe and Zachary Bonsek got together. Bonsek somehow doesn't have a meatball, but he has some huge damage from that incident.
Yeah, mostly with his tail. Yeah, there is quite a bit of damage on the back of that number 78 machine.
And Zachary Bonsek has radioed in that he is not happy about that incident on lap 3. He's not happy. And I don't think you can blame him.
Yeah, talk about before you got here, Mikey, how the season is so close to being over, and we only have just a few races left after this one. Looks like we've got Watkins, Glen, Texas, and Nashville. Actually,
Yeah.
let me pull up the schedule. There we go.
Yeah, for sure, Josh. I mean, a unique array of tracks coming up with Watkins Glen, of course, the last road course on the season. We hadn't touched a road course since the Roval, and we saw how exciting that one was. And we're going to Texas Motor Speedway, a very underrated mile and a half, I would say, on iRacing. I know what people think of it in real life, but iRacing-wise, it's actually a little more different than people think it is. And then we go to a more different style track, Nashville Super Speedway, to clock out the schedule this season.
You know, the wording would have been perfect there if you said to rock out the season, being Nashville.
I didn't think about that. That's actually really catchy.
But it is just wild, rather, how fast the season has gone by. I've talked about 11 races have been complete. Kuntz taking the win in 7 of those. And could make it 8 for 12 here tonight. He actually came down pit road, though. Pit road was open. Kuntz, Webster, Philip Allen, and Zachary Bonsek. The only drivers to come down pit road. Bonsek's still down pit road. Everybody else back out on track.
I think, just to be a fair guess here, I think these guys are trying to think fuel. Because I kind of hopped in the car a little bit just to get a gauge on the fuel. And it looks like it's about 42 to 41 laps or so on gas, give or take. So I think Kuntz is trying to maximize his the amount of fuel that he puts in. So I think that just for if we get green flag pit stops here, possibly if this somehow goes green all the way.
lights on the pace car should be off this time. Indeed they are. Choose cone into play, of course, in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Rivera and Robinson actually taking the top line. That opens up the door for Brett to go from where he would have started, you know, without the choose cone in what would be P3 down to the inside of row 1. Luke Mahone follows Brett Bennett.
I mean, I'd say it's a pretty good move, but the thing is, there's a big risk that goes with it, that advancing from where you would have been to third to side by side with the leader here, or third row on the top, and now he's going to be on the front here on the bottom. The big risk we saw in the opening start, Jordan Kuntz fell off a cliff because, I mean, the top just all got formed, and we saw how quick the bottom faded. So it's going to be curious to see here how good Brett can get a restart here, and just stick with Andretti and Rivera's here on this restart, depending on how well they shoot it.
So this track, they call it the Tricky Triangle. 3 different corners modeled after 3 famous IndyCar tracks. We'll come back to that one a little bit later. This track, it is really unique and a whole lot of fun. These guys coming off turn number 3. Pace car. Right, its way down pit road. Cody Rivera's. Brett Bennett, front row, green flag back out. Yeah, wasted no time whatsoever. Did Rivera's and Robinson. A lot of shuffling going on.
Yeah, you mentioned, Josh, the top did not wait at all. They got a fantastic restart, and Brett just went from being side by side with Rivera's and now trying to hold on for his life and trying to find a hole to get up there and not bleed more positions, as Andretti, Cloud, and Rivera's were all ready for that one.
Ollie Reeves. He's going to leave a gap open for Brett Bennett to get into it.
Meanwhile, ahead of him, Luke Mahone's going to try to challenge for third here on Will Cloud, and Cloud had a moment there, and Mahone's going to clear, and Brett's going to try to follow suit, and is going to try to dive it into one here.
How about Michael Walls behind Brett Bennett?
Brett will not get clear, and Walls is going to be side by side with Reeves here. This is the risk you take of trying to make a pass around Pocono here. As Brett just shut the door on Ollie Reeves. Oh, and he had a bid moment there, trying not to run over Cloud, and that's stacked up Reeves as we have a caution.
Yeah, it's going to be Broden Fleury, Declan George, and I believe Philip Hamel might be involved in this as well.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Dang. Looks like Fleury tried to go inside of Declan George for position and just went straight and just hooked him. Ooh. All 3 drivers from this incident have a meatball, and it's... You don't want a meatball here at Pocono, especially since how massive aerodynamics matter here, and I think it's safe to say their nights are over, unfortunately, for those 3.
So, Mikey, you know, we talk about it a lot. It's one of my favorite things every time we come to Pocono. is to, you know, give the history of what corners are what here at Pocono. Do you have any idea what corners are based off of what famous IndyCar track?
Well, I can tell at least one. One of them's based off Ontario. I think it's turn 1, I believe. Turn 2, I want to say it's Indy, but I don't know. And turn 3, I think it's Milwaukee, I think. I actually legit kind of don't know off the top of my head.
So turn 2 is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Also, the tunnel turn here at Pocono. See, you were right on that one, actually. Milwaukee. You know, my mind is drawing a blank, and I'm gonna blame it on being extremely tired, and I should easily know this answer. But Milwaukee Mile, actually, yes, you are correct. As Milwaukee Mile, one of the corners, being at this track, and it is turn 3. So actually, you were correct on that one. Turn 1, on the other hand, is modeled after Trenton Speedway. Trenton being
wow.
in New Jersey.
I thought that it was Ontario. Ooh. I would not have gotten that. Not a single chance.
So turn 1 has 14 degrees of banking. Turn 2, 8 degrees of banking. And turn 3, 6 degrees of banking. And, you know, that's why they call this the tricky triangle. No turn is the same. They're all set up differently. And, you know, this league here, it is a fixed setup league. But I've heard a lot of people talk about, you know, if there's any corner that they like their car to be set up, or in this case, with it being fixed setups, any corner that they want their car to handle the best, it is going to be turn 3, and the reason is because that's the corner that takes you straight to the start-finish line.
Yeah, and especially, I believe it's the longest straightaway on the entire track too. As I believe, are we choosing this time? We are. As Andrea Robinson, Cody Rivera picked the top, and Luke Mahone takes the bottom, with Brett Bennett following in suit.
Still a long way to go in this one. Gonna restart with 64 laps to go.
Yeah, and so far we've seen 2 yellows fall so far. As just gonna slide this in here quick, but Zachary Bonsack, who was involved in the first incident of the race, the first yellow, he got the lucky dog, and I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at his car. His car looks a lot better than it did a couple laps ago when it was completely dinged up and lost it back in. It's got it back in now, so gonna be curious to see how Bonsack is going to be moving forward after taking that hard crash early on. As those cautions, that second caution must have really helped him out big time to get all this damage fixed. That thing looks almost as good as new now.
I think it was last week I mentioned that you can literally hit the wall head on and still win the Daytona 500 in these cars. And I'm pretty sure it was last week. That was no exaggeration either. True story. A lot of fun. Pace car is in. And we're going ready. We're getting ready to go back green. We are green now. What another restart.
Ooh.
Andrea Robinson. Just great job. Right behind Cody Rivera's.
Yeah, and the top and the bottom once again was not ready at all, as they got stacked up for between Robinson and Cloud, as Mahone's going to try to take it as there one car hit the wall. That was Sawinski in the back, and they're filing out as Bennett gets behind Reeves to the top, as Mahone's going to take the top as well.
I think that's actually Reeves!
He saves it!
Around!
Saves it! Oh
Luke
no!
Mahone hard into the wall. Somehow still green and caution now flying. Okay, Webster also around.
Oh my goodness!
I'll tell you who Lightning McQueen is. Check this out. Through the grass. Saves it. Yeah, Brett Bennett up here. Luke Mahone and Cody Webster.
It was an absolute miracle that Ollie Lightning McQueen Reeves over here did not completely destroy the field here. They got into a huge stack up right here, as one car was just checking up, and then they just kept backing into each other, and Reeves just went sideways, and that should have been an easy crash right there, but it should have been way worse. But Reeves made a heck of a save there, and it looked like Mahone and Walls and Bennett kind of got together there, and it was a lot of the fields should be very lucky that wreck wasn't as bad as it was, because that was almost a disaster. But Ollie Reeves made an amazing save. So, Josh, just to kind of add up from this ensuing caution that we've had, we're going to have single file restarts this time by. Or not this time by, but next restart. We're going to single file.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. This is our third caution now. They have 8 laps run under yellow, 6 of them under green, and I believe, Mikey, is it 15 miles that they have to run green? I believe it's 15 miles, not 15 laps, which in this case would be... I'd have to do some math with a calculator.
I think I got your number. So, if they got to run 15 green flag or laps without a caution to go back to double file, they're going to have to run a whopping, this might be inaccurate, but this is going to be a whopping 37.5 miles. Given that Pocono is a 2.5 mile track, you're going to run 15 laps. It's apparently, from what the math says, 37.5 miles at the minimum to go back to double file. That sounds like a decent chunk right there. That sounds like a decent chunk.
Well, I believe it's 15 miles, not 15 laps.
No, I was taking it 15 laps. Yeah, 15 laps times 2.5, which is 2.5 miles, which is the distance. I got 37.5.
Yeah, but it's 15 miles that they've got to run green, which would be like 6-7 laps. Well, 7 and 7 is 14, so 7.5 laps. So basically 8 laps. 8 laps to green flag consecutively. We'll put them... I feel like my math is still wrong there.
Oh, I think I got your magic number. Hang on. I got it. 6 laps, Josh. 6 laps. I got 15 miles. They got to run 6 laps minimum to go back to double file, because that's 15 miles and 6 laps.
12 viewers trying to comprehend a grown man do math. Welcome to JCTV, everybody. We are 1 to green. Cody Rivera's still leading this race. And,
Yeah, we're not math people. We're not nerds in classrooms that do math problems. We just commentate race cars going in circles. Sorry if your brains are hurting from just listening to us try to spit stuff out. We're not wizards, ladies and gentlemen. We're not wizards. We didn't think we'd have to do math, but we had to.
I'm not a nerd. Okay, I'm not a nerd. I don't know this stuff. Anyway, here we are in the SAAC Coast Cup Series League on iRacing, virtual race cars, virtual Pocono. Cody Rivera's, like I said, he is P1.
Going to be very curious to see how this restart's going to go single file here and just see guys fanning out here, as this is going to hurt some guys like Jordan Kuntz here as we come to the restart zone.
Can't make it as a comedian either. Getting ready to go back green. And it's waving. Look at all this shuffling in the back.
Trying to jockey for position here, but they know the risk. Jumping out, they're going to lose some ground on the top as Brett Bennett's one of those guys trying to go for it. It's just going to be side by side with Brad Sawinski here. As it's going to be a long time here as Brett's just going to lose some ground here as the front guys stay single file.
Still side by side is Brett and Reeves.
Oh,
3 wide!
3 wide. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sawinski in the wall. 4
wide.
Bro, Josh, 4 wide. Why not?
It's Austin Durand down there.
Still 3 wide going into 1. Bennett washes up as Duran's on the bottom. He's going to clear Brett as Brett's going to slide in behind Sawinski here as Duran is going to be stuck and lonely on an island going into the tunnel turn.
Oh, contact!
Makes contact with Bennett.
Duran had 2 wheels down there on the apron. He made a stick. Maybe a little bit more grip down there than I thought there would be, but losing a little bit of time too, Brett Bennett. Jordan Kuntz. Jordan.
He's gonna lose the spots to Devin Frank here. He had him for a moment, but Frank charged back on the outside off 3 and took it back.
Jordan Kuntz actually started that last lap in 13th place. Got by 3 drivers, but then lost a position to Devin Frank. So still a gain of 2 positions in that 1 lap for Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, and considering now that we're doing single file restarts for who knows how long, I mean, you got to get every spot you can really, because it's going to be a lot harder going single file. And I mean, we saw it there with the aggression with the 4 wide and 3 wide racing as Devin Frank tries to make a crossover on Jordan Kuntz, but can't do it as now Luke Mahone's going to try to get by him here going to turn 1.
Mahone not giving Frank a lot of room.
Ooh, little contact. Meanwhile ahead, Duran's looking to get by Brett as Brett washes way up into turn 2 as Duran's going to take it easy as here comes Kuntz picking off Brett Bennett going into 3, and here comes Mahone also trying to get by him.
Oh my, the shallow entry there by Brett Bennett. They're going to make a little bit of contact.
And here comes Devin Frank to the inside. He could not make it 3 there.
They're still side by side. They're pretty much dooring each other.
Oh, Mahone kind of moves Brett up the hill a little bit, but Mahone cannot clear Brett off of one. Is Brett a little bobble as Mahone cannot get by him?
Oh, more contact.
These guys are just not giving it. Oh my goodness, Mahone just shoved Brett way up the hill, and Mahone took it away. And they're 3 wide back behind Brett.
Trying to involve Brett with the 3 wides. Roberts underneath Brett Bennett.
Right now, Brett and Mahone are absolutely going at it right now, and VC falling. What happened in turn 2? Which, oh my goodness, I can't believe they didn't crash there. Oh, meanwhile, up here, Michael Walls just shut the door on Ollie Reeves heading into 2, and these two got together a little bit for 4th. What an eventful past few laps, as that just completely killed Mahone and Bennett, as they've kind of lost touch now with this front group, as Sawinski and Duran are making contact for position up here.
Duran entering himself into the picture. Tarpley underneath Reeves. I mentioned last week Michael Walls having a lot of bad luck, and maybe needed to switch away from William Byron. Go to Jeff Gordon for a change, especially at a track like Pocono where Gordon had a ton of success. I was excited when I saw the flames, but yeah, no, it's still William Byron.
He sure is running as good as him, as right behind him, Brad Sawinski might have got the bumper by Shaki Tarpley, as we have a 2-horse battle here going into 1, as we got some pump drafting down into turn 1.
2 by 2, Duran, Tarpley side by side, Kuntz and Sawinski side by side.
While battling for position, they're kind of taking away. Oh, they're kind of side drafting each other really hard, losing touch with those main 5 up there.
This is Pocadega?
I mean, they're racing it. I'm kind of stunned with how aggressive this racing has been.
Oh!
Basically, yes, Duran about crashes with Tarpley, but they keep it straight, as Kuntz is going to give the bump draft here down the front stretch to Kuntz going into 1. Wow. Oh my goodness, Duran just barely slid it in front of Kuntz there, off of 2. As Kuntz is going to try to look inside and he gets blocked by Duran.
And Duran washing up the track. Kuntz going to try to take him 3. Duran blocks. Contact.
Wow. And he pulled it off! I cannot believe he just did that. Wow. I cannot believe Jordan Kuntz just pulled that. No way. Wow. I cannot believe they didn't crash there and Kuntz made it work. Unbelievable. I thought for sure, Josh, they're about to crash right there. What a move by Jordan Kuntz to just take 2 spots away, right, like that. That was incredible.
Tell you what, he's going shopping for those blue light specials. Buy one, get one. or 2-for-1 specials. He's pulling away from these guys. Meanwhile, Duran and Tarpley still battling. Sawinski right there. Rick Mahone actually entering himself as the 4th car. As, yeah, what a slide.
And they're going 3 wide again. Why not? Why not go 3 as Mahone's going to take it inside as Tarpley's going to go outside here as they battle side by side in the 1.
While this is happening, just something I'm noticing on my telemetry is 2 drivers from Side Draft Racing down pit road. That is 47 of Rhett Bennett and the 30 of Larry Miles. Looks like they are cutting this race in thirds, 25, 50, and all the way to the end at 75.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him here.
Well, Will Cloud. He's up here trying to mix it up with Cody Rivera's.
Yeah, we've gotten so distracted with how hectic the mid-pack battles have been that we've kind of lost sight of really the stuff that's been ongoing here. Is, yeah, Will Cloud hasn't really been a slouch all race here. He's been up there with Walls and Robinson, and he's up here in 2nd, basically on Cody Rivera's bumper for the lead here.
Wow, it's all over the bumper of Rivera's. Michael Walls, Dre Robinson, and Reeves closing in.
And Cloud's going to go send it in for the lead here going into 1, and he's going to take it away. He's going to put the slider on Rivera's as Rivera's going to try to cross him back up. New leader.
Cloud. Cody Webster.
And if you're Brett Bennett, and if you're Larry Miles in the situation, this just might possibly be what you wanted. This just might be it. And I can't. I don't. I'm just kind of in disbelief there. Like this paid off big time for those guys. Possibly they might just cycle out here as the leader. They just might.
And I believe they will. Unless if some of these guys that have come down pit road top off earlier in the race stay out. I believe you're looking at your top 5: Cloud, Rivera's, Wallace, Robinson, and Reeves to come down pit road. Jordan Coons, 16 laps ago, he was down pit road, 14.5 seconds stop. Tells me he took 4 tires. He has an opportunity where he might stay out here. Duran and Swinsky, I think, come down. They've not came down yet. Mahone had an extensive lap, or pit, 16 laps ago. And then Shaka Tarpley in P10, the only other driver that has yet to take a trip down pit road this race. We're gonna watch.
As whoa, everybody's coming.
Except Brett and Larry Miles. Oh, Kuntz overshot his box. Had to back up a bit.
This is gonna definitely lose him some spots here as we got the race off pit road. It looks like,
Cloud,
was
Rivera's walls. It was really close though.
it looks like Cloud prevailed. As Codes definitely did lose some spots there on pit road. That was very costly of him. I mean, he pitted or before that single file restart there. He was making spots up there. He was 6 coming on to pit road, and he just lost a decent bit of track position here. It's going to be very costly, as he's going to have to kind of gain some of those spots that he just gained during that green flag run right back up again.
So we are going to be going back to double file restarts, I assume, Mikey. That was definitely more than 6 laps of green flag racing there consecutively.
I would believe so. Rivera's did radio choosing this time, but I haven't seen the official thing that indicated to double files, so it's very... I mean, I would assume so, but I guess we are. I mean, as Brett picks the top, Rivera's... No, I don't know. Oh. There it is. Okay, so... Hang on.
They're not even on the green yet.
Yes.
Were they
so
supposed to be?
They were supposed to be, but Rivera's made a mistake. He accidentally forgot to change to double file, so he's going to extend this yellow by 1 more lap, and they're going to choose this time by. And yes, they are going double file. Cody Rivera is the admin in this race, made a mistake and accidentally didn't put it to double file coming to the choose there. So this time by, they will choose, and they will go double file.
So that makes a little bit of sense. I know at bigger tracks, including this one, Pocono Raceway, that there is a shorter time the drivers will be under yellow, basically 1 lap less than other tracks just because of the size. So I knew that they should have chose last time by. I was a little bit confused, but definitely a lot of information there. So thank you, Mikey, for clearing that up.
I was just... Oh, don't worry. I was also just a tad confused on that, too, because, yeah, I mean, that was a very valid point there about how it was very confusing there in the moment that we were going to get double file, but we didn't in that moment. But choosing here. Anyways.
And Brett is going to take the top as well as teammate Larry Miles.
And Cloud...
Go ahead.
Cloud, I mean, I was just going to add on, yeah, Cloud follows. That's a very intriguing move there. As we know here on this restart, Brett and Miles are going to work together, but Cloud didn't take the bottom. Instead, Rivera's from 4th place is going to restart right next to our race leader, Brett Bennett.
Yeah, you want to talk about being gifted the front row. Go to Rivera's, especially with those 4 fresh tires. Be interested to see how this is going to pan out. Especially Mike Wall's going to be behind Cody Rivera's, and Wall's driver that is very aggressive. One that is always making things exciting and keeping everybody on their toes for sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be curious to see how those 3 to 4 lap older tires that Brett and Miles are on, or Larry are on here, and it's going to be curious to see how it's going to pan out compared to the rest of the field with freshies. So we're going to see if Brett and Larry can hang tough here on just a couple lap older tires here.
So we're going to restart. 43 laps to go here at Pocono in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Pace car is in pit road. Oh, what a shot by Miles to Brett Bennett.
Yeah, those guys.
Oh, right into the back.
On that
Webster around. Amir Bascombe also.
Ooh.
Looks like a block gone wrong.
Looks like Amir tried to time. He tried to time jumping to the inside of Webster there, but he mistimed it a little late, and he got blocked by Webster, and Bascombe blocked Tarpley, and then Webster came up, and it looked like Webster and Bascombe got together there.
Right on board with Tarpley here. A lot of nose damage to the front of 77, Cody Webster.
Yeah, and he's out of any track you probably don't want to have aero damage. This is probably one of the worst tracks ever because of how long the straightaways are here. This is definitely a crushing blow here for guys like Webster to have front end damage, and luckily though the caution laps are really long around here, but it's just gonna all come down to see if he can, how much he can get fixed here before we go back green or the field catches around.
Broden Fleury going to be the pre-pass. He goes from 13 to 12 laps down. Broden Fleury, pretty new here in the Coast to Coast Cup Series. He's had a rough few races. Really looking for something to turn around and actually have a race go his way. But if you are in the market for a new gaming PC, to get into sim racing, what you see here, iRacing, or maybe you got a gaming PC but looking for some sim racing equipment, head on over to martinpc.com. Check out what they have. They've got quite a bit of things to offer. And all their PCs are custom built with the top brands of the parts. I don't speak computer, so I can't think of the word I'm looking for, and I'm also not given a script to say by Martin PC. This is all just because I think they're pretty awesome, and you should really check them out. And they do a lot for our JCTV in general, and Brian's a good guy. Check out martinpc.com. Brian Haynes, he will hook you up. So Cody Rivera is elected to restart behind Brett Bennett. Try to keep Miles and Bennett from lining up nose to tail once again.
I think it's safe to say.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead. I was just going to kind of mention here that with Rivera's being able to choose and start right behind Bennett here, this is really going to play into his favor here, as we've seen restart after restart, the top has clearly been the preferred lane, and I'm thinking Rivera is going to give Brett a heck of a shot here and get a big restart to get by him as fast as possible going into one on these freshies.
Pace car is in. And somebody got a shot, but it wasn't Brett. It was actually Larry Miles from Michael Walls. Miles still side by side with Brett Bennett down the front straightaway. Heading into turn one. Jordan Kuntz making a third lane on the bottom underneath the Durant.
Oh, and Miles got loose there, but he kind of held on for a moment as they're 2 and 3 wide behind, as Brett Bennett's going to get away a little bit from everyone as Miles and Rivera's are side by side going into 2.
Give the advantage to Cody Rivera's, and actually looks like Will Cloud also going to put pressure on Miles. Everybody going up to that top line, try to swarm around him. Miles just stuck on the bottom.
As Kuntz is going to bail on him, and he's going to go follow the top here, as Miles is just going to fall down this conveyor belt here, as we got to change for the lead here. Here comes Cody Rivera's.
And Will Cloud sticking out there as well. I think Cloud's going to get position over Rivera's maybe. So they're going to be side by side down Long Pond straightaway.
But yeah, all 3 of these guys were all getting side-drafted heavily. They're bringing the main group to them. They're bringing Ollie Reeves, Michael Walls, and Jordan Kuntz right back to them as they are still side by side by side.
And Will Cloud to the outside of Rivera's. This actually should help Cloud out here and put Rivera's in a situation where he's going to lose a little bit of time. So now is Will Cloud able to give Brett Bennett anything?
Right now our front guys are single file. Here comes Will Cloud for the lead here into the tunnel turn.
Oh, real tight.
Oh!
Ollie Reeves trying to mix it up in there.
Cloud's gonna try to send it on the bottom, and Bennett's not gonna give up the lead so
Cloud
easily.
loose!
As he gets loose, these 2 are gonna be side by side here. Rivera's gonna have a big run on these guys here, possibly. What's he gonna do with it?
Oh, he's going to take him 3. They're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. Heading in turn 1. Rivera's on the bottom. Cloud middle. Brett Bennett up top. How about Jordan Coots waiting for these guys to figure something out so he can make a move?
Still 3 wide. As Bennett's going to be on the outside here, they're going to try to go 3 into 2 for the lead.
Oh, Rivera's blinking! Contact! Rivera's around Coots! Gets tagged a little bit. What in the world?
What did we just see right there? I don't know what the heck we just saw, Josh.
A whole lot of netcode ruining an incredible battle for this race lead.
And this is why we can't have nice things sometimes. We had such an exciting battle going here for the race lead here at Pocono, and of course, sadly, it just gets thrown away because of iRacing's netcode. Thanks, claps up to you, iRacing, again for your genius netcode. So, way to go! We had something nice, and your netcode system, whatever, just crushed it instantly. How dare you?
Talked earlier about how the season is coming to an end. We actually have quite a bit of our seasons coming to an end. Everything JCTV broadcasts. Just about every league started in January or pretty close to sometime in January. I believe SAAC actually started in February, but it all seems like right about the same time seasons are ending. We're going to be crowning some champions, and if you were ever wanting to know the upcoming schedule on JCTV a little bit further out than what is in the description in the video, you can head to jctvracing.com, and we'll also show you a lot of stats about the individual series too. It's not just what's upcoming, but some cool stuff for every league. So every league has their own page, and check that one out, jctvracing.com. Tomorrow night, of course, we have the DI9 Designs NAOR series. Getting distracted by other things, but the DI9 Designs NAOR series, they are going to be at Atlanta, and that is going to be their penultimate race in their season. It's their chase coming to a close. Guy, if you are familiar with other JCTV leagues, you will recognize the name Jonathan Parker. Parker trying to go back-to-back in championships in NAOR, but right now it's looking like Hunter Peach is the guy. They're calling him Playoff Peach, and I said it's because regular season Peach doesn't have the same ring to it that Playoff Peach does. So I'm telling you, we might have somebody dethrone Jonathan Parker, and really just all the success he's had. But Jonathan Parker, he actually is going for a championship on Tuesday night as well. We'll get back to that momentarily. Saturday night, the SR AmsOil Truck Series, they are at Kansas, and that one's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to racing in that one myself. I believe it's going to be, this is an elimination race too. I believe we're going to go from 10 to
7.
7. Thank you. Yes. 10-7. With the round of 7 being Iowa, Dover, and my personal favorite, Michigan. And then Tuesday night, it will be, like I've mentioned, Sled Job Racing League, where Jonathan Parker has a chance to go for, well, 3 in a row in Sled Job. But he's still got some fierce competition in that one. And it is not a Final Four. It is kind of like the old Chase, but with a throw of the old Radford point system thrown in there as well. Right now, John Parker has a 25-point gap. I believe it's 25, 26, something like that point gap over Dylan Parker. But with the old point system, that's nothing. That is nothing compared to what the current point system is that we are used to seeing in NASCAR.
So, are you ready to run this again, Josh, and see what happens?
Oh, for sure. It's going to be 32 laps to go, and what more of a front row could you ask for than Brett Bennett and Micah Walls?
Oh, boy. You couldn't have said it better.
Green flag. Will Cloud all over Brett Bennett's bumper. But how about Austin Duran all over Michael Wall's back bumper? Ooh, Walls. Whoa. That was generous.
Brett was playing with fire right there. Getting that tight with Walls is Walls going to challenge him for the lead, but Walls is going to be a sitting duck here on the inside with all this help coming for Brett.
Walls actually attacking the tunnel turn, going to get clear. Walls finds a hole and takes it. Now looking back to the inside on Brett Bennett.
Ooh. And they're going to be side by side. They're going to be dooring each other as Kuntz and Duran get off of each other, and they about crash back there, and they're still dooring each other as Brett's going to resume the lead with Will Cloud pushing.
Michael Wall's going to fall in behind Will Cloud. Michael Walls, he has a few wins on JCTV, but none in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Brett Bennett, he's got 0 wins on JCTV. He's still looking for that first.
Meanwhile, behind, we are having a fierce battle between Jordan Kuntz and Austin Duran as we had previously. As Will Cloud's going to go for the race lead here on Brett Bennett, going into 3.
Cloud absolutely drives it in. Bennett might be able to have a crossover move.
Whoa! And Freddie Robinson made a whale of a save behind them as he's going to bleed a bunch of spots.
Brett Bennett stayed tucked in line behind Will Cloud, took a peek, then got back into line. So Will Cloud gonna hold on a lead for now. And
Don't look. Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say, don't look now, Josh. As I was gonna say, Jordan Kuntz is starting to pick up some more positions, but he hasn't been able to, as he's been having a tough time working around Austin Duran for the past few laps ever since the restart happened, as these two have just not gotten away from one another, as these guys have been fiercely fighting for track positions. Michael is around!
Oh, man.
Oh, Amir Bascom kills Austin Duran. Ooh. Oh, wow, that was a big hit. It's like Micah Walls got really sideways off of 3 and was trying to catch it, but he just hit the wall and Duran was just right there, and Duran just kind of got hooked from that. And it looked like Duran was going to be fine, but Amir Bascom just came right in and just absolutely nailed Austin Duran right there.
So I'm curious. I was actually about to say, I think the pit road or the strategy for Brett Bennett's about to open up. If he does continue to cut it in thirds, he came down at pit road at lap 25. If you were to split it evenly,
Ooh.
next would have been at 50, and apparently I am not live. There we go. Now we are. So everybody except Will Cloud and Ollie Reeves came down pit road.
Spicy. Very, very spicy. As, like you mentioned, Josh, this is exactly what Brett Bennett was banking on right here, as he'd be able to pit and maintain track position. We're just going to see how this race off pit road is going to be, as not everyone's going to take 4 tires. I believe Brian Lorenzo took 2, and I think Devin Frank also might have taken 2, if not gas only. So we're going to have a mixed bag of strategy, I believe, Josh, if I'm not mistaken.
Devin Frank, I'm going to say gas only. Lorenzo, I'm going to say 2 tires. The reason? Frank, a 4.9 second stop, whereas Lorenzo, a 9.1 second stop for that one machine. So a little bit interesting. Then as far as those 4 tires go, it is Jordan Kuntz who just got out ahead of Brett Bennett.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about it, how Kuntz was trying to make his way through the field, like he had how he's just had trouble passing some guys, and it's been kind of tough to make a pass around here at Pocono, and Kuntz is going to be in a pretty good spot here. He's the first guy on freshies here, 4 freshies, as he's going to have a guy on 2 tires, 1 taking gas only, and 2 guys that stayed out. So if Kuntz can navigate this better than anyone behind him, he's going to take the lead here eventually, I think. But there's definitely some cars that definitely got to go his way here, as we're choosing.
Taking a look at the choosing, and Cloud Reeves taking the top, Frank bottom, Lorenzo top, Kuntz bottom, Brett Bennett top. So Brett, watch him. Row number 4 on that outside line, whereas Jordan Kuntz inside of row 2.
I think here, this is going to be very intriguing here. I think Jordan Kuntz definitely might be in the spot to be here possibly, but it could potentially backfire here, since Devin Frank also is on older tires, and as he took gas only, it's going to be really intriguing here to see what kind of a restart Frank's going to give. We've seen it all night, Josh. We've talked about it back and forth about how the top has been so good on restarts. It's been the place to be on restarts and when we go green here. So it's going to be really, really fascinating to see how Kuntz is going to navigate this restart with a car on much older tires with him on 4 freshies. Will he go 3? Is he going to try to go 3? Is he going to push Frank? We're going to find out here and see what happens.
I think Kuntz is going to have to, but he's going to have to make his move timely, at the right time. If you're Brett Bennett, you hate to see Kuntz in row 2 like that on the bottom. But you know what? I still, you talked about how the bottom has just not gotten going very well compared to the top line. I think the top is where you're going to want to be at. So, if you're Brett Bennett, stay calm, but also be aggressive here. Try to get ahead of Jordan Kuntz. ASAP. Coming off turn 3, the pace car in pit road. Cloud, Frank, front row. Green flag back out, and that top lane struggling to get going.
Everyone except for Will Cloud, as he got a great start, as Ollie Reeves is starting to come along a little bit. As there goes Kuntz splitting a 3 here for second. Let's see if this works out here. As they're gonna go through 3 wide.
Somehow.
Oh, and there's Ooh. Looks like Ollie Reeves and Devin Frank got together as both one slid up and the other kind of came down. I think also this, Josh. I think the guy that got the luckiest deal out of all this is Jordan Kuntz. I thought for sure this guy was about to get wrecked here when Ollie Reeves wrecked and Devin Frank came down the track. Going to the exit of 1, I thought Kuntz was about to get hooked, and Frank doored Kuntz, but I don't know what it is, but Kuntz is standing still here, and he's not dead. He looks like he's the biggest winner here from all this.
I'll tell you what. I think Jordan Kuntz is hiding something. Like I said, 7 wins in 11 races. He's had some races that he's got super lucky. Just the way things fell as well. And looks like Will Cloud gonna give Kuntz the lead here. So as I'm saying, I think Kuntz is hiding something. I think he's got a golden horseshoe, if I can speak, hiding somewhere in that 27. Because man, he's so incredible to watch. Kuntz is. It's been pretty fun watching what he can do. I still want to know if him and Jonathan Parker and Ethan Fonseca-Moreno, if they get into a race, you know, who's going to pull it out? You know, iRacing says Jordan Kuntz because Ethan Fonseca-Moreno, he's almost 5,000 iRating. Jonathan Parker, I'm not sure. He's somewhere in the 4Ks as well. But Jordan Kuntz, a 6.8K iRating guy. So if you go by iRating, which you can, but you can't really go by that, Jordan Kuntz all day. But I'm telling you, those 3 drivers, I think, would put on one fun show. So, yeah, go ahead, Mikey.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, really. I mean, yeah, I think for sure one day we should definitely get to see what it'd be like if Jordan Kuntz, Ethan Fonseca-Moreno, and Jonathan Parker all duked it out. Really, I think that's definitely something the fans of JCTV would love to see, with these 3 pitted against each other and see who'd win.
You know, another driver that's been really incredible to watch. Actually, I think he's only made 1 start here in SAAC Coast Cup Series, which was at Talladega. Won the race, and then actually won another race at Talladega earlier this week. That is Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Now, yes, I know Talladega's Talladega. Anybody can win there. That was a very interesting choose there for Jordan Kuntz, but
very.
Jurgensmeyer, I mean, he's been up there competing at every track he visits. Jurgensmeyer has really been impressive to watch, and I think we're just witnessing the first couple of many wins Jurgensmeyer is going to be getting.
I think we're just seeing the future of sim racing scratch the surface, as JP likes to put it. Josh, you touched on it while talking about Jurgensmeyer. Jordan Kuntz made a bold choose, restarting on the bottom I'm just gonna put this in your head here. Remember lap 1, Josh, when Kuntz won the pole and he started on the bottom? Do you remember what happened? You remember?
Oh yeah.
The bottom didn't go. Rivera's just powered around the outside and took it away from him, and Kuntz fell back to like the 4th or so. Like, that is a very, very bold choice of him to pick the bottom. Now, we're gonna see here if he's able to kind of learn his lesson here and be able to get a emphatic jump here on the bottom and pull out ahead of Andre Robinson here, and we're gonna see how this is gonna play out here.
Now, Mikey, I agree with you, but I'm also going to throw out there, now keep in mind, every restart in the race is depending on when the leader goes. Now, the only time that it's not the exception is on the initial start, when it is everybody goes on green. So I just think Kuntz was not prepared for when the green came out. Now, right here, it's going to be on him. As soon as he gets to the restart zone, which he's there, green flag, and great jump out of that 27 machine, already clear of Robinson.
And he gets out right in front of Robinson. He's going to lead the field going into 1 here. As Larry Miles gets loose but hangs on to his, we about had a crash in the back, but they keep it going.
Brett Bennett needs to make quick work here. See, he is stuck on the inside.
Yeah, this is 2 tires versus 4, as look who's creeping in the picture behind all of this. Look who it is. Cody Rivera, as he's going way out to the wall in turn 3. He's going to have a huge run here off the corner.
Oh, contact between Swinsky and Brett.
And here comes Rivera. He is hauling down the front stretch here. He's going to not only get by Swinsky, but he's going to look low on Bennett here for position, possibly.
Cody's there. Goes to the inside. Brett Bennett forced to go wide. Actually, this might help Cody Rivera's. I don't think Kyle Larson line will work too well here at Pocono's. Contact between Sawinski and Bennett.
Rivera's clears Bennett off of 2 as... Don't look now, Josh, but Cody Rivera's is on the move, and he may not be done, possibly. He might not be done.
Ooh, bunch of drivers catching the wall off 3.
Yeah, we got some guys back here jockeying for position. We still got Luke Mahone and Brad Sawinski trying to battle it out here with Shockey Tarpon putting pressure on Mahone a little bit here, as we still got some fierce fights going on back here.
Plenty to go. These guys definitely racing like it. Swinsky. Oh, contact with Mahone.
Cloud and Sawinski about wrecked each other, as they're going to be side by side for position now with Cloud on Sawinski's outside, and it looks like he's going to get him here. It looks like Cloud's going to get him here on this front straightaway, as poor Sawinski's going to be a sitting duck as Sawinski was sideways off the corner.
Yeah, I'm glad you said Cloud, because I definitely said Mahone. That was not Mahone. A little bit further ahead of these guys, but Cloud up to 8th. Brett Bennett, he has not let Cody Rivera's drive away from him.
No?
Actually, fastest driver on track. And setting the fastest lap of the session, Brett Bennett with Rivera's getting into the wall just ahead.
I mean, you said it there. Rivera's is giving it his all. I mean, fastest lap he just put down last time by, and he was pushing it hard off of 2 there. I think he probably got a little bit of the wall, but he's just okay. And he's trying to get that draft to Brian Lorenzo and try to reel in Lorenzo and Robinson so he could try to get those 2 and try to make a challenge at Jordan Kuntz. But he's running out of time, though. Time's a ticking. And He might possibly need a caution at this stage.
Whereas Brett Bennett just had the fastest lap of the race with help from the draft. Somebody who has nothing but clean air for 3/4 of the track ahead of him, named Jordan Kuntz, just set the fastest lap of the race.
And that's probably the worst thing the competition would want to see there, is Kuntz just on an island like he is right now, just setting the fastest laps of the entire race as he's just driving away from Andre Robinson and Brian Lorenzo right now. Meanwhile, back here, we still got some battles ensuing. Shockey Tarpley trying to get by Will Cloud for position here, so they're going to be tight on each other going into turn 2 as they make contact. And they are going to keep going as both go wide, as Ollie Reeves behind about lost in the tunnel turn, as we still have a side-by-side battle for position here.
Not a lot of room for error.
Not a lot of room given. Tarpley's just gonna have to. Tarpley's just gonna be just. He's finally gonna tuck in here behind Reeves as he's just kind of trapped on the bottom there while he's just getting freight trained by everybody there.
Look at a Lorenzo actually has gotten by Andretti Robinson. These two, I thought they continue to just stick together, draft with each other, not really make any moves. And maybe, just maybe, they'd be able to get up to Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, but these, I mean, given with how the next gens drive and how these things have so much drag, and when you side draft someone, you slow both your competitor and yourself down. That really did cost them some time there, as Lorenzo looks like he's starting to put a gap on Andre Robinson here, as it looks like Lorenzo's definitely showing a little bit more pace, but it's just, I mean, I don't know. We'll just kind of see and find out here if Lorenzo could have a chance here to close the gap here. As we're coming to, I believe, 13 to go?
13. Coming to 14 to go this time by. And the gap is opening between Kuntz and Lorenzo. I think Lorenzo might be a little bit better than Kuntz off of turn 3.
Whoa. Sorry, we just had a near incident in the back as Will Cloud and Wyatt Roberts, while we have a bit of a train here, these are the only two cars side by side on track here for position, as these two guys are fighting really hard as they go down the tunnel turn, as Roberts gets into Cloud, as Cloud's gonna power off of 2 and get right on by Roberts and maintain position. And Cloud was sideways off of 3 there.
And Roberts takes a peek to the inside. Cloud goes block. Roberts continues to go low.
But bringing Shockey Tarpley into this mix too, with how these guys are fighting side by side like they are, as it's going to bring in Sawinski and Reeves, who are side by side right now.
Roberts fading back a little bit. Got side by side. Tarpley trying, not able to hold on to the right rear. So once again, Roberts to the inside of Cloud.
These two just won't get away as they almost doored each other for a moment there. As they were almost 3 wide for just a moment. They look like they are 3 wide between Cloud, Sharpley, and Reeves, but Sharpley backs out of it, and Reeves tucks in line here behind Tarpley.
Brad Swinsky wants to try to get position from Reeves. Kind of stalking in the background.
They're still fighting hard here as Cloud's going to be side by side with Roberts, but Roberts going to have to run off the corner here as Tarpley's going to give a shot to Roberts here going into 2. As here comes some lap traffic here. This is going to possibly hinder some of these guys' exit here as Ollie Reeves kind of had to take a bit of a shallow entry there, as that's going to cost him and Cloud a little bit of time.
Ten laps to go.
As Josh, I know we've been distracted by the battle back here between Roberts and Tarpley and Cloud and Reeves, but I think we might need to possibly look a little closer potentially at the lead, as Brian Lorenzo has been slowly chipping a little bit at Jordan Kuntz's lead. Just a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit here. He was 8/10 back of him a few laps ago, and now last time by he was 4/10.
Yeah, pretty incredible. I have been watching the gap between these two, and Lorenzo, I don't know what he's doing, but you know, at a little bit of a higher disadvantage compared to Kuntz. But he's got the draft right now, and that's helping him a ton. Lorenzo, he might be up in it just a couple laps.
He was faster than Kuntz last time by. I thought for sure, like, I was afraid to just kind of write the envelope and say Kuntz might have it, because I did not think Lorenzo on two fresh right side tires was going to have a chance at this, but he is gaining it. Is almost on the bumper of Kuntz. This might not be over here, as this might get spicy here soon if Lorenzo can continue to cut the gap on Jordan Kuntz.
You know who's looking at this and cheering on Lorenzo?
No.
Andretti
No.
Robinson.
No.
He wants Lorenzo to get up there, start battling pretty hard. Robinson, of course, will have, should have something to say if these two start battling. And actually, Robinson rather, fastest car on track last couple laps. It might not even take for these guys to get side by side battling for Robinson to have a say.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if Lorenzo and potentially here, if Lorenzo and Kuntz get a little crazy here, and by some chance, Lorenzo's able to. Oh, we have a crash in the back. Wyatt Roberts spins. There's the yellow. And that changes everything, Josh. Everything.
About that golden horseshoe. No, man, that was going to be one fun battle between Lorenzo and Kuntz. Let's take a look at what happened. A little bit of contact there between Cloud and Roberts.
Yeah, McLeod over the radio just openly, profusively apologized to Wyatt Roberts for the incident. He said that he just mistakenly tried to side draft him hard there, and he just got into him there, and Will owned up to it there. But Josh, this caution changes everything there, as what we could have had there with Brian Lorenzo trying to possibly pull the carpet under Jordan Coots potentially here. It's now going to go down to some restarts. Yes, I didn't just say a restart, I said restarts, because I'm thinking we're going to have more than just one.
Oh, and you know what I'm going to say is, if you have tires sitting in the pits right now, you're coming down and using them.
Yeah, I want to know. It's going to be curious to see how the strategy works, because I think Lorenzo's definitely got to take 4 here. I mean, he stayed out in 2. Oh, and not everyone's going to pit here. We have some guys staying out. Several guys staying out. Wow, this is going to spice things up, Josh. Wow. And can we be surprised who's the guy that stayed out and is now leading this thing? Can we be surprised?
I was just about to say, if you're Brett Bennett in the position that he is in, was sitting back there in 5th place, I believe, do you take 2 tires here? But it's going to be Robinson, Riveras, Lorenzo, Mahone, Reeves, and then Jordan Coots.
Yeah, that's a lot of 2 tires there, Josh. A lot of 2 tires. I thought maybe 1 or 2 would. I think everyone, a lot of guys saw what Brian Lorenzo did on that run, and they all took 2. Wow, this is going to be very, very spicy on this restart. As the first guy, I believe, on 4 tires will be Jordan Coots, who is mired deep behind all these guys that definitely, there's no way they took 4. They had to take 2. There's no way. And this is about to be wild of a restart here, Josh.
Brian Lorenzo had a 10.1 second stop. That is not quick enough to be 4 tires. But I'm surprised with 2 tire call having 10.1 seconds there.
Yeah, that just kind of blows me away a little bit there, like, because he already had a significant wear on the left front earlier from when he took 2 earlier. Now he does it again. I mean, he must feel really confident about taking 2 here, because I'm shocked he's doing it. I'm shocked. As we're gonna choose here, as Wyatt Roberts is gonna pick the bottom, as he was. How about that? He got turned earlier, and now he's going to be side by side for the lead here, coming to the restart. How about that? How this somehow has just worked out for Wyatt Roberts here.
On the other hand, Roberts is a teammate of Brett Bennett. If Roberts cannot go and win this race, does he help Bennett? We're going to restart. 4 laps to go here at the Tricky Triangle. Brett Bennett, 24 laps ago was when he was on pit road.
I mean, if you ask me going into this, I just don't believe this can pan out. I know Brett for sure is banking on yellow after yellow here, but I just don't know here, because I mean, that is a huge disadvantage tire wear wise. 20 plus laps there. But the thing is, though, some guys are taking 2, but that's still a huge deficit, though. But it's going to be so intriguing to watch, though, to see how this is going to play out, since these guys behind him, not all of them took 4. Oh, they took 2. They took 2, which is the crazy part. And we're going to find out here to see if Brett's going to be at a severe disadvantage and be able to hold off some of these guys on 2 fresh tires. And then see what some of those guys on 4 freshies are going to do. We're just going to have to wait and see here.
All right. Here we go. The pace car is coming down pit road. Restart zone. Green flag is out. We're underway. That bottom with a shot. Here comes Derek Coots. 4 wide.
They are fading out like crazy back there. They're somehow still 3 wide as Kuntz is looking under Alonso, and he's going to look under for more. Here he goes for second and third at the moment, trying to get around Rivera as Wyatt Roberts takes the lead away.
I am shocked with that. We've got trouble in the back. Track is clear. Nobody else coming up behind the 21 of Amir Bascombe.
Whoa! And they somehow are going to make it through the tunnel turn unscathed as things got very hairy there as Kuntz is side by side with Andre Robinson for position.
Coming off turn 3, we're going to see 3 laps to go here at Pocono. Brett Bennett all over his teammate Wyatt Roberts. Cody Rivera's trying to get up into the mix. Contact in the back. Around goes the 77. Shocky Tarpley as well as Webster. Caution is out. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and do it again.
Oh no. I think if you were Brett Bennett here on this restart, you must have been kind of lucky that caution came out because Cody Rivera is going to try to get it right around him there, but lucky for him, the caution came out in such a timely manner for him. He got to hold on to his track position. But how about Wyatt Roberts? I was ready to I just didn't believe that. I just thought Brett was going to shoot out there on that restart, but Roberts took it away from Brett. And Wyatt Roberts, who spun out two cautions ago, is leading. Like, what? I don't know what to say. But he's gonna have his hands full here as on this next restart, Josh. It's gonna be wild.
I'm telling you, there is no way Wyatt Roberts was able to time that out as well as he did. I mean, that was incredible. Wyatt Roberts able to take the lead the way he did. I'm thinking, Brett Bennett definitely told Roberts when he was going to go, and had to have helped Roberts out a lot. But for Roberts to be able to get the lead the way he did and hold on, that's pretty impressive. And now it's going to be pretty interesting to see. Now, first of all, how the choose is going to stack up, and second, how aggressive Brett is going to race one of his teammates to try to get that elusive first win. If you're Brett, do you take the same line as Roberts?
I mean, I'd probably be too stubborn to even, I'd probably pick the top, honestly. From how we've seen the restarts pan out here, the top has been the dominant line all race on restarts. We've seen it all unfold. I think no matter what, Brett has to pick the top, even if Roberts says. I also think that Wyatt and Bennett should also be wary of what's in their mirror. Cody Rivera's and Will Cloud and Jordan Kuntz, they're on offense. I don't know if Brett can really move on offense here and try to pounce on Roberts, because if he does, Rivera's going to try to pounce on Bennett and get by him. And I think it's just a bit of a tough spot here, as I don't really know what to say really for how this will play out, but I think Brett might have to be careful for if he's going to try to make a move on his own teammate Wyatt Roberts for the win, because I think Cody Rivera is, with all the stuff that's happened in this race, getting turned and front of the field and or off of 2, I believe, and somehow getting back up here with the chance to win. I think he might have to be wary here because I don't think Cody Rivera is gonna just give a spot away here. He's gonna try to take the win away from these guys right in front of him.
And Jordan Coates, how aggressive is he going to be on the restart? We saw him go down, take it 4 wide, gain some positions, and I think he needed another yellow to have another shot at this.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go to the shoes here. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Robert Sand Bennett taking the top. Cody Rivera's Will Cloud taking the bottom. Jordan Kuntz, how about him? Going to line up third in the outside. Third row, that is.
I think if you were Rivera's in that spot, you had to do that. And I think he might be in a decent spot here. He might be in the spot to be potentially here on this restart because he's going to be going up against guys on older tires. Now, his left sides are old. Let's keep that in mind. He's on 2 fresh tires. Not 4, but 2. But he's going to be a lot quicker, but Roberts and Bennett, they're both going to try. We know that these two are teammates, but they're going to work together here to time this restart out to make sure they don't get jumped going into turn 1. And it's all going to come down to Bennett giving Roberts that shot to get Roberts out ahead and Bennett himself. So we're going to see here to see how these teammates are going to work together here on this restart with pressure from guys that are a little bit better tires and stuff from Cloud, Rivera's, and Kuntz, and even Lorenzo too.
If you're Roberts, you've got to tell Bennett when you are going. Make sure Bennett gets all over your back bumper. Try to stop anything Rivera's can do here.
Because, yeah. Well, get your popcorn ready, Josh. Get your seatbelts tightened up here one more time, because this is going to be wild.
That's the words of Larry Mack, John. I see you. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag.
And the top got a great restart as Lorenzo just got shuffled out there. As then it looks like he's about to get clear here of Rivera's, and he is, as Roberts and Bennett both get cleared. But here comes a hard charge, and Cody Rivera's for second. They're nearly 3 wide back there.
They are going to be 2 wide. Entering the tunnel turn is Rivera's and Bennett. That could be real sketch here. Neither driver going to want to give.
Watch out, here comes Jordan Kuntz inside. Here he comes as they're going to be side by side for second as Wyatt Roberts is driving away, and he's praying they don't crash here going into 3.
He wants the white so bad, does Wyatt Roberts. Look at Jordan Kuntz getting up into second, sideways from the back. We are still green, no. Caution.
Oh.
Just before the white flag came out. And folks, this was NASCAR. They would have thrown it afterwards. So we still get racing here on JCTV.
You have got to feel for Wyatt Roberts. He had Rivera's and Kuntz fighting like crazy for second there, and that was almost exactly what he was hoping for, but that spin in the back is not what he wanted to see. This is such a tough blow for Roberts.
Look at Brett Bennett. All the way to 10th, 11th place here. And Dre Robinson making contact. Brent Sawinski looping it around, and that's ultimately what brought the caution out.
Yeah, back here, while we were talking about the fight up front, it was crazy back here. It was just absolutely crazy.
Let's see if we can. Sorry for cutting you off. I want to see if we can look at the caution lights. I do see the lights before Robert's got the. If this can cooperate with me. So right there, lights are on. A little bit before the white.
So now, Josh, what do you do here if you're Wyatt Roberts? What can you do? Like, you got Rivera's, Kuntz, Lorenzo, you got those three all breathing down your neck now. Your teammate Brett Bennett shuffled in the Hornets' nest now. What could you possibly do in this situation here, going into the streets there? How can you do it? You don't have your teammate with you. You don't have a buffer of cars behind you to hold off those fresh tires. So what do you do now in this restart that you're Wyatt Roberts?
You know, if you watched the NASCAR race this past weekend, which, by the way, was pretty incredible, there was a strategy call we heard that was called vegetables. And Denny said, ugh, vegetables. Well, you know, I think right now you need to be thinking cake if you're Wyatt Roberts. And that, I think, gets you excited, you know. Go out there, drive like crazy, try to keep Kuntz behind you. And not just Kuntz, but Rivera's, Lorenzo, Cloud, Reeves. All those guys, they are going to be hounding. Anything can happen here. And yes, I made a bad food joke. Just bear with me here. Yeah, Roberts, he's got, you know, a whole different light on him than what he just had a moment ago. With no teammate right there with him, Wyatt Roberts still, you know, even with Brett Bennett right there, Wyatt Roberts still needed to perform. And it looks like he's going to take outside. So does Kuntz, actually. I'm a little bit surprised about that one.
Wow. As Rivera's and Lorenzo follow suit on the bottom. Wow, I did not anticipate Kuntz to do that. Wow. But can we be surprised, though? Because the top's been the lane to go, and last restart we saw Brett Bennett get clear from the bottom there on that restart. So is Kuntz really thinking Galaxy Brain here on this restart here, pushing Wyatt Roberts on much older tires? Is he Galaxy Braining this?
I'll tell you what, right now, you know, you mentioned it last time that, you know, drivers pull them belts tight one more time. That is a Larry Mack saying. But, you know, I'm going to go and say a Jonathan Canfield saying, pull them belts tight one more time. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. With I don't know how many laps to go because I'm from Ohio. Right now, it's going to be 2 to go. If you're Wyatt Roberts, you need to hold on. You need to make sure you get a great jump that's going to put Rivera's and Kuntz both confused.
Yeah, I mean, we know for a fact about how effective the top has, but we know for a fact Kuntz is going to be ready to shove the living daylights out of Roberts on this restart. He's going to get him clear, but the question is, if Kuntz gets clear, what's he going to do here going into one? We'll only find out here coming into this restart zone.
Base car is it. Green flag back out. Great jump out of Roberts. And Kuntz going to be clear. Does Kuntz jump down to the bottom and heading in turn 1? He does. Kuntz looking to the bottom. Roberts needs to drive it in deep here. Be smart. Look at Cloud. Cloud right there trying to mix things up. Kuntz actually a better corner. Roberts
Roberts is going to put the block on Rivera's here as Roberts is going to be stuck on the inside here as he's going to send it deep here to the tail turn. He's going to miss a little bit of the bottom as he's going to wash up a little bit, holding these guys behind as Kuntz is scooting away here. And it's praying we don't get a caution here in turn 3 like last time.
Oh, these guys battling hard back here. Might be 3 wide coming off 3. Cloud caught the wall. Caution is out.
No way.
Caution is out. It is Webster, who very well might need a flight to the infield care center.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. He is dead. Wow. Whoa, that was a huge hit. Oh my gosh. I think we might need a body bag for that. Oh my gosh. That was a monster hit.
Declan George as well.
With the nastiest auto, with the self-correct, excuse me, words are difficult, right into Webster. Oh my gosh, that was a brutal hit.
And yes, the disclaimer is I am from Michigan, not Ohio. Those were the words of Jonathan Canfield.
And once again, like last time, Jordan Kuntz was staring at the start finish line with the white flag in hand, and he was just short of getting the white and knowing that he just has one more lap in him, and now he has to go challenge another restart. Now he has to hold off Rivera, who has basically been battling him like crazy this race here in the latter stages, and we're gonna see these guys battle that out one more time here, as this is the final restart. This is it. There's no more second chances. This is it.
And Cody Webster, I think we need a medical team out there at pit entry. Webster's still there. The window net is still up. It's not looking very good.
And dude, you're correct. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the medical team is doing. Oh, and they've taken his car. I was about to say, like, they were very slow to get over to Webster, as it looks like a near fatal accident there. Thank goodness this is a simulator, because if that was real life, I'd be terrified if anyone would didn't get out of that thing, because that wreck was brutal.
So this is attempt number 3, correct, Mikey?
Yes, that is correct. This is the third and final restart attempt. Whatever happens here happens. Anything goes. This race will be official if they don't make it back to the white and we get a caution beforehand. This is it. This is sudden death.
Yeah, so in the way this works, guys, if you're unfamiliar, is once the green flag waves, well, actually for that matter, even if there's a delayed yellow, then the race will finish under yellow. So if it once we get going here, if caution comes out before the leader takes the white, then the race will end under yellow. Drivers will be frozen in the position they were in when the yellow came out. That'll determine who was where in the finishing positions. And also, if there is a wreck after the leader takes the white flag, then no yellow comes out, because iRacing will not throw a yellow flag after the white flag is out. Normally, we have seen crazier things happen. You know, if once the leader takes the white, no yellow, it will race all the way back to the end. So there's going to be Kuntz and Rivera's on the front row. Cloud and Reeves, row 2, Lorenzo and Mahone. row number 3.
So, one thing I wanted to include here that I picked up from driver audio is apparently Ollie Reeves might not be full of fuel. He might be short here, and as you saw, guys like Will Cloud and Brian Lorenzo pick the bottom, and Reeves just get the top right here. He's not good on fuel here. He might not make it around here, and I think that might be intriguing to look at here, considering he's the first car behind Rivera's, and we know how good the top rolls here. But is that going to affect that Rivera is going to need that push from Reeves, and Reeves is going to be short on fuel and might not even make it around? I wonder how that's going to impact it here.
All right. Here we go. Third attempt at overtime. Presented by Fastlane. Pace car is in. Jordan Kuntz, your race leader. Can he get win number 8? And a big jump! I'm wondering. There might be a black flag coming to Rivera's way for a jump the restart. We'll see how things go, but we got Will Cloud to worry about here. Taking a peek underneath Kuntz. Here comes Rivera's trying to roll on the outside line.
There's 3 wide in the back. Meanwhile, for third, as Kuntz is going to have a run here.
If the restart is deemed legal, Rivera's cannot wait. He's got to make a move. That yellow comes out. It's over. Right now, Kuntz holding on. Battle just behind is Mahone and Lorenzo.
Oh, and there's a huge crash. It's over.
Caution is out. And your race winner is going to be Jordan Kuntz. Ollie Reeves. Ton of front end damage.
Looks like, yeah, it looked like it was a stack up between Lorenzo, Reeves, and Mahone. It looked like Reeves had a very abrupt stop there in front of Mahone, which kind of caused the stack up. As I wonder if Reeves ran out of gas, possibly, because he just stopped so abruptly, really quickly. I wonder.
Jordan Kuntz. Gonna add another win to his incredible season. Checkered flag, Jordan Kuntz. He is your race winner here in the Pocono. Scheduled 180. However many we actually went. Let's go ahead and take a look at our unofficial race results real quick while Jordan Kuntz going around on the cool down lap. It is Jordan Kuntz, Gunnar Veras, Brian Lorenzo, Will Cloud, and Luke Mahone making up the top 5 Johnny Robinson finishing 6th. Chuck Tarpley 7th. Larry Miles 8th. Brad Swinsky 9th. And Brett Bennett finishing in 10th.
Amir Basco finishes here 11th. Declan George finishes P12. Ollie Reeves, following the accident, finishes P13. Dever Frank comes home in 14th. Michael Walls 15th. Wyatt Roberts P16. Cody Webster 17th. Broden Fleury finishes P18. Austin Doran finishes 19th. Zachary Bonsek rounds out your top 20 as Philip Allen finishes 21st from tonight's event here at Pocono.
And that is our unofficial results here at Pocono Raceway. Here in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Let's go ahead and see who we can catch up with. Hey Brian, how's it going?
Hello, how are we doing?
Doing all right. Third place finish out there for you. But what a wild one out there. A lot of different strategies everybody had. Let's kind of walk us through how your race went.
To be honest, it's probably my most terrible race in the season. We weren't even in the top 10 most of the day. But it's just because the dirty air was just so bad today. I don't understand why this car is just so bad with dirty air. Like, it doesn't matter if you were top 3 speed or if you were the fastest. If you went to the back, you couldn't make your way back to the front. As soon as I got up to P3, doing some 2-tire calls and stuff, everything changed. We had a chance to win. Unfortunately, our season's gone. Just bad luck with cautions, and that ended up costing us the win.
Now, like I mentioned, different strategy calls overall, and it really was interesting how 2 tires would work out compared to others. What was just the mindset like for you, especially coming to those green-white checkers?
So it was just be aggressive and get the track position. Unfortunately, we have to have these races with so many cautions because this car is just so track position dependent. So we got guys going 3, 4 wide every restart. We got guys jumping the restart every lap. Every restart, trying to get something, trying to get that even one spot to just put themselves in a better place. And unfortunately, that's just the product of the racing. But yeah, we that's the strategy we played. We tried to keep being aggressive, and luckily we ended up with that 3rd place finish.
All right, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you?
Shout out to the EG boys. They don't be racing anymore, but hopefully my teammates can come back in the future. Thank you to the Asia boys, Will Cloud, Ollie Reeves, being great teammates as usual. And thank you to you guys for coming out and hopefully watching the show. Hopefully it was a good race for you guys.
All right, congrats on the 3rd place finish, and we'll see you next time out.
Thank you. Have a good night, man.
That was Brian Lorenzo, 3rd place finisher. And Mikey, I think you've got Cody Riveras.
I sure do, Josh, as I'm down here on pit road with our 2nd place finisher for tonight's race at Pocono, Cody Riveras. Cody, you've went through a lot there this race, going from the back, getting caught up in an accident, clawing your way up. Just kind of walk us through a little bit about what it was like, just kind of getting back up to the field to ultimately then have a shot at the end there with Jordan.
Yeah, I felt like I had some decent speed. Obviously led the first 28 or 30 laps. I think we got a little unlucky with that first yellow after the stage because I let Will go by, because I wanted to get the jump on him on the pit stops to either have the choice to undercut or overcut him, and not let him have that decision on me. And then of course we get the yellow right away. But then yeah, we were racing for it. We're going through the tunnel turn there. Jordan stuck a nose. I probably could have turned all the way in, but it just felt like too risky to turn all the way in and potentially go across his face and get into a no save scenario. And obviously Brett wasn't going to get a 3 wide call there, and we got net coded and ended up at the back. And then yeah, just kind of clawed my way back to the front, got up to 4th, got that caution, survived all the green white checkers. I actually, just before I hopped in here, we got confirmation from race control that final restart, where it looked like I jumped the shit out of it, was okay, because I was getting pushed by the car behind me, and obviously you don't have full vision necessarily when you're inside the car, so I couldn't even see Jordan or who had gone. And I did let him get back by before the start finish line, so I think race control called it good, so we'll actually keep the 2nd place, which is nice. But yeah, at the end there, dude, I think I set up a great run to potentially have a shot at Jordan on the last lap, but that caution came out before we got to the white, so we didn't get a chance to race back for it. So a little bit of a bummer, but overall happy with 2nd place.
What more, or what did you really need there in those last few restarts to kind of put yourself up there to have a shot at the win?
I think I needed it to stay green after that first green-white checkered, because I think I had the jump on Wyatt pace-wise, just with 2 fresh tires, and then if Jordan didn't get that nose there, I think I definitely could have got him that first green white checker, just having enough track position to stay ahead and then defending for my life. But yeah, I mean, Jordan's good, we all know that. He's spectacular at this game, and anytime you have a chance to beat him, you just really, really want to do it. And I thought I was going to have a chance to go head-to-head with him, and it just never materialized.
Well, Cody, 2nd place finish. I mean, I know that's not what you really want, but still a good finish despite all the troubles that were thrown at you earlier in the race. So we gotta thank for your 2nd place showing tonight. Sponsors, teammates, shoutouts, anyone?
Yeah, shout out to the boys in SAAC. As always, we don't have a league if these guys don't show up to run it. And of course, shout out to JCTV, because we don't have a broadcast if you guys don't decide to broadcast it. So, I appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate the guys showing up to race, and we get back to the right turns next week, which you guys know me, I'm champing at the bit to get after that.
Indeed we are. We're very excited to head to Watkins Glen next week, as that is our 2nd place finisher for tonight at Pocono. Cody Rivera's. Thank you, Cody.
Thanks, guys.
And Josh, I believe you are down in victory lane with our race winner for tonight.
Time and time again, I just keep getting impressed. I think I figured it out, though, Jordan. I think I figured it out. I believe you have a golden horseshoe that you bring to the track with you. But no, just another incredible race that you had. The entire, 27 crew virtually did a great job. The strategy was something, again, I didn't think would work, but it did. What was it like out there for you?
I kind of figured, based on practice and past, that this track was always going to be a crazy one with draft and a lot of contenders, with being able to stick with the leaders with draft, and tire fall off wasn't very big, so it's always going to shape up for a very close and crazy hectic race, I feel. And I just wanted to do something different instead of being mid-pack, and the first pit stop I did on like lap 2 or 3. So I pitted at the back and just watched all of them wreck, and made sure I wasn't really putting myself where I would be in a position to be KO'd, and just slowly worked my way through the field. And once I got to the lead, near lap 50, I was trying to push, see if I could break draft, and was just trying to set qualifying lap after qualifying lap. And I guess I did get a bit lucky, but with the caution, but I feel like I still would have been able to hold off Lorenzo for the win, and the caution definitely made it for a very close with, I feel like, a coordinated two-tire pit stop by the rest of the field. I feel like they all coordinated that, and it made it very interesting, very difficult, but I just had to keep putting myself where I could just gain a few positions every restart we got and make sure to be there whenever a caution did come out, or to if they wrecked and had an issue on the final lap. And I think I did just that with the restarts and put myself in the lead and tried the best I could to pull away and not let them get to me again.
Overall, this race had still quite a bit of yellows, 13 of them to be exact. And just, you know, again, a ton of different strategy calls with drivers taking 4 tires, drivers taking 2 tires, some taking 0 tires at times. In your opinion, just what was what you were going to go with no matter what?
I mean, for me, in the position I was in, I feel like I always had to take 4 tires. As being the leader, if I take 2 tires, the rest take 4, then I'm just going to be at a disadvantage. And I feel like they did a lot more practice than I did with long runs, so I think they figured out that 2 tires didn't lose a lot of time and that they could gain the track position if all of them did it and could hold me up. But I don't think they accounted for the people staying out, and that kind of helped me slowed some of them up and gave me an advantage on the restarts to gain a lot of spots and eventually get to the position where I'm the leader, controlling the starts and controlling the race.
All right, well, for the 8th time, victory lane here this season. Sponsors, shout-outs, who gets it done for you?
Everyone who's watching this, my family, we had an amazing day going out and talking to each other, meeting and eating out. Amazing day with them. And I also like to thank everyone on this 27 crew for making it an amazing day on pit road. We had the best pit crew and the best strategy.
All right, congrats on yet another incredible win, Jordan. And I'm looking forward to seeing if you can go 3 for 3 on the road courses next week at Watkins Glen.
I will definitely try. Thank you.
Your race winner, Jordan Kuntz. So that was actually a pretty fun race to watch. A little bit surprised at the yellows, but Mikey, these guys still put on a great show. Those restarts were wild, and you know, I think it was pretty interesting seeing all those strategy calls play out. You know, at the end of the day, only one person can celebrate with a win. And Jordan Kuntz, man, he is unstoppable.
He's a robot. He's a machine. He just races and just knows how to do everything and does everything. I mean, he had adversity thrown at him early in the race when on like lap 3 he came down pitted and had to make up track position from there on for a majority of the race. He had to kind of claw his way up there to the field, as it wasn't one of those races where he went flag to flag. No, he had to go from the back, then a little bit to the front, and a little bit back, and then just kind of fight his way up at the end and came out on top. And he's just a machine at it. He's just robotically built different, and it's just another bit of a masterclass showing of him just moving himself through the field and just navigating through all the chaos that happened all race and just putting himself in victory lane once again, like we've seen it all season.
So once again, still plenty of action coming up on JCTV. A lot of exciting action coming up. You know, seasons of everything we broadcast pretty close to coming to an end. So we've got a lot of drama, a lot of racing still coming up, and some champions that we're going to crown along the way. So you're not going to want to miss. And once again, just quickly go through our next week. Tomorrow night, the DI9 Designs NAOR Series, they are at their penultimate race at Atlanta Super Speedway, Atlanta Motor Speedway, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, yes, that version of Atlanta, it is going to be chaotic. And with it being, again, the penultimate race of the season, points on the line, can playoff Peach continue the incredible playoffs he's had so far, or can Jonathan Canfield really turn around? Saturday night, BSR AmsOil Truck Series, they are at Kansas. That one is going to be incredible. I feel like you and I are both going to be on track for that one, Mikey. So that should be a whole lot of fun. Tuesday night, Jawb Racing League Premier Series. They are going to be at Chicagoland for their season finale. Jonathan Parker going to get 3 championships in a row in slide job. I think he can, but still, it's going to take a lot of work for him to be able to get it done. Wednesday night, XASCAR. They are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I think it's really cool that we're starting to see Indianapolis come back and start having more oval races once again. And then, with that being said, 1 week from tonight, it is the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. They are turning not only left, but also right at Watkins, Glen in upstate New York. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. And hope you enjoyed watching. Big shout out to everybody watching, for sure. Admins, drivers, you guys are awesome. And big shout out to the entire JCTV crew. So without guys like Michael Kruger and everybody else behind the scenes, I don't think I'd have as much fun doing what I do. It's a big shout out to everybody at JCTV as well. And on behalf of Michael Kruger and the entire outstanding crew right here on JCTV, I want to remind you to stay safe, take care, and we'll see you next time.